As you've all been sitting in your seats enjoying your small table snacks, the chamber has closed, the lights have shifted, and there is a bit of anticipation and tension in the room. As the musicians begin to slowly build up to a new type of song that begins to fill the space, you hear the gentle footfall down the stairs, curving down from the right-hand side to the central staircase, the beautiful visage of the Ruby of the Sea. In her dark dress, the train dangling up about 6 or 7 steps behind her as her fingers trace the sides of the railing. She comes down, takes a breath, and begins to gently sing to the audience around you. And you watch as everyone in the room begins to lean forward in trance, the beautiful voice filling the interior of this inn. The lights seem to almost flicker and shift with her emotional intent of the song. As her voice fills the space with warmth, the light seems to brighten ever so gently with each crescendo. Even the bartenders themselves have stopped. They've seen performances like this hundreds of times. It's still a performance that draws attention from all across the coast and beyond. Jester, you've seen this many times as well, but it doesn't ever lose its luster. You see as all the tables themselves are just quiet as she steps into the center of the room, kind of walking from table to table, tracing the edges with her fingers, making eye contact with each of the patrons. You see as that older man and the younger woman sitting at the table both kind of sit comfortably watching, but can't help but smile in the presence of this fantastic vocalist. You see at another table, there is a rather burly-looking man who is well-dressed, though a bit rugged for what he's wearing, who is flanked by 2 dwarven bodyguards, it looks like, and he's leaning in real intent on the table towards her, and as she steps by, he kind of touches her hand, and she kind of touches it and pulls away a bit and gives him a wink and continues singing, and he pulls back into his chair, resting. You watch as one of the other tables has these 3 merchants that have been there since the moment you arrived, who seem to be eagerly counting out coins and like pushing them to the edge of the table to tip her, and as she passes by, she kind of glances off to one of the assistants who rushes over and scoops him off the table. She does not accept the tips herself.
Classy.
But nevertheless, for those of you who this is your first time here within the Lavish Chateau, this is definitely one of the most beautiful performances you've seen, and you immediately see why Jester's mother, why the Ruby of the Sea, or at least one of the many reasons that she's renowned across these lands. As she completes the piece, she ascends back up the stairs, back to her chambers, vanishing from sight as everyone within stands up and begins clapping and cheering